Hi guys, we are at the dog park and today we are going to talk about taking back your control. Baby, it's beautiful. So what happens when you don't have any control of your life? You feel like you're spinning out of control and you don't have any energy to do anything at all. How do you redirect your brain to focus on the good in this world when you only see nightmares? How can you transform this bad life that you have into a positive experience? You can get it back just like that, kind of like a golden retriever bring back a ball, right? You can get it back just as you throw a ball to a golden retriever. The dog is programmed to do that. So is your brain. Your brain is like Zeus, okay? It's programmed to chase your dreams. That's what your brain is programmed for. It's programmed to chase what you put out there. Look at what we accomplish. Look at like how this humans have accomplished. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's other dogs coming. So we're gonna we're gonna talk about the accomplishments in just a minute. All right, so we're back. Look at what we accomplished. Okay, look around you. We build cathedrals. We build the stock market. We build bridges and chat GPT. We build airplanes. We build the internet. How did we do that? You have to have a brain that is like a supercomputer to do that, right? First, and most of all, this brain is designed to keep you alive and functioning, right, in a healthy way, right, with the safety and keeping you away from danger. It's designed to solve issues, learn new things, spot problems, and solve those problems. Okay, spot patterns in your emotions. It's designed to connect with other people and with this environment, right? It's designed to create new things, to constantly be growing. Yeah, yeah. That's what your brain is designed to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to look down over here, and as I'm saying all this, I have to just make sure that. So remember, when I told you before that your brain gets all this input every second. What is that input? That input is 6 to 10 million bits of information per second, okay? A second, think about that. Okay, that's 7 to 8 movies. Yeah, that's more connections in your brain than there is in a whole entire stars in the universe. And then there's more sand, more grain. If you count all the grains of sand in the world, there's more stars in the universe than all the grains of sand. Okay, so most of the stuff that this brain is working on is unconscious. Okay, it's taking oxygen to keep you breathing, it's regulating your temperature, so you don't overheat, right? It metabolizes your food, it takes your oxygen from your water, right? To have energy and does a million things. Like your organs do a million things without you knowing. Okay, all this works together. Okay, and if something is wrong in the brain, nothing works. Think about it like this: if an airplane can fly because something happened and one screw is loose, they have to ground that plane. Okay, even for a very little screw. That's your brain. Stop for a second and think about this massive supercomputer that you have. If you have this massive horsepower and you're not aiming it to something, like something big, like a big project or something that's important to you, something that's positive, that your brain will aim at, if you don't do that, your brain will aim inside yourself and you'll develop mental health issues. When your brain is like aimed outside yourself at something big, something important, something that you care about, you get lost in that flow, right? You've been there. You've been there where you just want to keep working, right? But if you don't have anything like that in your life, it will turn inside yourself, and you'll become you become like, like this narcissist people. I hate to say that because I can't think about another word, but you turn inside yourself, and it's all about yourself, okay? Like, I'll tell you what happened to me, okay? Because I really didn't know this, and nobody explained it. They never ever explained it like this to me. All my life, like, I was a superstar at work. I had to prove myself because that's how I got attention. Plus I was traumatized, so I had to. As soon as I got the job in 1998, I was a team lead. Hold on one second. Oh, look at that. That's so sweet. Hold on. Sorry about that. There's gonna be more stuff. So anyway, as soon as I got this job a long time ago in 1998, I was like a team lead for Y2K project. I had a ton of contractors, and we went in 3 counties in correction department. I was a team lead for M1 migrations, which meant I had like a ton of IT employees that traveled all around the state for, I don't know, 4 and 5 years. Okay, I worked weekends, I traveled all the time. I didn't have kids, so I wanted to do it. It was fun. Then I was like a network administrator. I supported on-prem servers. I did a whole ton of migration, including the group-wise to Outlook migration, which saved the state millions of dollars. Again, I worked weekends for a whole entire year, I think, maybe a year and a half. But anyway, I was super busy, and I was super happy when that happened, okay? That my trauma happened, okay? I talked about what trauma that was in other videos, but in short, I spent like 4 years trying to get pregnant, about $150,000 on IVF, trying all that. And I found out that this guy that I was with was asking my friends for sex. Yeah, like at lunch when I wasn't looking, when I would go to the bathroom. He was like fucking around on my back the whole time, and he was giving me those IVF injections, so he was sabotaging my pregnancy. Yeah, he was doing that. So I don't know why he did that, okay? He was just not a good person, and hopefully soon, we can have a law that put guys like that in jail, because really what he did was criminal. I don't have children because of him, and there's a lot of women out there that trust men that are garbage. They're garbage men that lie and deceive them until it's too late for them to have children, okay? They move on like nothing happened, right? That's criminal, okay? Like, that's criminal, because I'm gonna live my life until I die without fulfilling this desire to have children, because this guy that was a complete narcissist and a criminal, okay? So yeah, if you know me and you know the trauma and the story, and you're still friends with this guy, shame on you, okay? Because that's not how a tribe handles this type of behavior. We should shame people like that and put them in jail, okay? So they think twice about ruining women's lives like this. Yeah, I did a lot of work to forgive myself for being dumb, but it's still very hard for me. So every time I look at a kid, it reminds me of the trauma. So, all right. Anyway, after this unbelievable, horrific betrayal, my nervous system was in such disarray that I couldn't breathe, okay? I was breathing like this. Like for about 2 straight years, okay? like this. At work, okay, so I couldn't do much work, okay. My boss would explain to the people that I was in meetings with that, hey, don't worry about Claudia, she just breathes like that. And it was embarrassment. I was embarrassed, and I did not want to be around people, okay. I wanted to be like in a fetus position in a corner by myself. I wanted to shrink up and die, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't go to bed because it was a nightmare all day and all night. Every time I opened my eyes, I had to come to this realization that this was my life now, okay? It was like a couple of years, 2 painful years. Hold on. All right, so we were talking about my nervous system. It was a bad situation because every single time I opened my eyes, I had the really bleak realization that this is my life now. It was a very painful 2 years or so. I live on a golf course, and I will go outside and yell and cry in the middle of the night because I was mentally unstable and I couldn't do anything at work or at home. I was catatonic for a couple of years, okay? So I know I shouldn't gotten fired, okay? Or at least somebody should have like come to me and talked to me about, like what's going on. But they left me alone thinking that they are doing me a favor. And what happened is after a couple of years of this, I was completely stuck. Okay, and this is what I don't want you to do. Okay, we need people, because I didn't know how to forge ahead. Nobody told me. I distracted myself and I wasted a lot of time doing dumb things. I'm telling you all this so you can understand that in those times that you're full of negativity and you're beating yourself up, and you're taking all this horsepower that is designed to create and experience the good in the world and to grow and solve problems. You're taking all that and you switch it inward towards yourself. That's how mental illness develops. Okay, if you don't have anything outside yourself to focus on, your brain will focus on how horrible you are and how much you messed up. Okay, I know that I did, because I was focusing for 4 years on trying to get pregnant, and now I fucked up. Okay, if you're not working on a project and you're not focusing outside yourself, okay, your brain will start trashing everything inside, trashing your appearance, and then you get fat, right? Your brain will tell you that you're a piece of shit and you'll be an alcoholic. You'll start drinking. Your brain will make you miserable until you use it for good, okay? Until you use it for good. And all that bullshit. So I can tell you this, we have this brain, and this brain needs to be used. It needs to be used for good, right? If you don't use it for good, your life will get worse and you will never be successful. I lost a decade or a decade and a half of work advancement because nobody told me this. They all thought they were doing me a favor, okay? They were like, oh, I'm not going to give you any work because you are catatonic. So the more work you do, the more projects you have, the more productive you are, the more people you help, the better your mental health. Okay, so how do we start? Okay, how do we start doing this mental health work? How do we start getting projects? Like I said in the beginning of this video, your brain is like a golden retriever. It needs something to chase for you. Otherwise, it turns itself against you. If you're sitting on a couch all day long watching like the same show, like you need to stop, okay? And understand that your brain is waiting for you to pick up a ball and throw it, put it in motion, okay? Pick up a ball and do something with it, okay? Throw it out there and say, go get it. And trust me, I know it's hard, but I told you I wasted a decade because nobody told me that if I didn't do something, it will get worse, not better. Yeah, Your brain will destroy you if you don't give it a project. Understand that giving yourself a project or a goal is the best way to direct your brain at other things than you. Okay, it's the best way to leverage your like natural capacity to solve problems. It's all scientific research. This girl Martha Beck says, we have known forever that anxiety shuts down creativity. But what if it works the other way around? What if creativity shuts down anxiety? Ha 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 ha. What if creativity shuts down depression? Boom. Start doing something creative. Start baking, start gardening, planning a vacation, draw, sing, dance, whatever. Start doing something else, because when you are idle, when your thoughts are all about you, they turn negative. Okay, when you don't have anything that you're focusing on, this supercomputer focuses on you. And because it's like a problem machine, right? This brain is like a problem focus machine. It's looking for problems, and now you got them, right? You got health problems. You got all kinds of problems. You got headaches. You got stomach aches. You can't sleep. You don't have any energy. You're young. You should feel 100%. Okay, and even if you're old, you shouldn't be like at the doctor's office all day long. When you don't have a project, you feel like you're not making any progress, and you have very negative emotions that create stress, and stress creates health issues. When you idle and you don't do anything, you are hurting your own body. Okay, this is science. Hold on one second. All right, I think this is the last one because I'm gonna be done soon. But basically what science says is that having a project boosts happiness. Having something to focus on, it boosts your dopamine. Okay, dopamine helps you focus. So it's like a circle. It's a circle, just like negativity is a circle, positivity is a circle. So you can get stuck in this circle of stagnation and depression and anxiety and hurt for decades, just like me. Okay, if you don't know this, if you don't know the science, you're gonna be stuck. So goals help you navigate through these challenges because it gives your mind something to focus on, which help builds your resilience. And you need to build your resilience because there's all this stress and struggles, and life is hard, right? We all deserve to have a good life. I told you all that so you can think about starting small and working on a project. Okay, I know you have school, I know you have work, I know you have stuff to do. It's always good to bring more stuff on. Okay, and if you see somebody in your family or at work that is going through something, okay, give them a project. Don't let them be by themselves doing nothing, because you are not helping them. You are actually damaging them more. Okay, if you're a manager and one of your employees that used to be the best employees are not doing good, go to them and tell them, hey, I give you a project and I'll give you something to do, and keep them involved. Give them something to do. Okay, because that happened to me, right? And my brain turned against myself, and now look at me. So don't be like me. Okay, don't play games on your computer. Okay, or watch all the Netflix, or sit on the couch all day long watching the same show. Okay, go do something creative. Do something else. Okay, travel. All right, so with that, don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, and don't kill any insects today. Look at him. It's beautiful. Mwah.